Welcome to the Connors and Ferris High School Sports Show. Jeff, DiVeronica, and Steve Bradley. This is our 20th season covering Section 5 sports right here on the Connors and Ferris High School Sports Show. And happy to bring back on, it's been a couple years and for good reason, but they're back for good reason too. Irondequoit girls volleyball, Section 5 champion and headed to the state Final Four. You're a Far West regional champion, and real excited to welcome back Coach Marc Callari in his 27th season with the program. Also, next to me over here, one way, is junior setter Laney Flynn, and also junior hitter McKenna Callari, whose last name is, it makes sense, that's his coach's daughter. So welcome everybody. Steve, you know, from even, I'm in it a little closer now, working with West Irondequoit schools, but you know this program is one of the standard bearers in Section 5.
Sure, year in and year out, you always see them contending for a Section 5 title. This year they were able to bring it home, Jeff, and over the weekend, in exciting fashion. Their last three matches have just been spectacular and exciting, and they have reached the state Final Four with a 5-set win over a team that at one time I think had the national record for consecutive wins, Sweet Home. And Sweet Home out of Section 6. If any time that you beat Sweet Home, and I don't care what year it is, that is, you know, a milestone win for your program. So congratulations. And Marc, let's just start right with you. What has this team been doing so well the last couple of weeks to extend its season and get you to the state tournament?
Well, offensively, I think we're definitely a little bit more in sync. We're definitely executing better. Our serving continues to be one of our strengths, and that's one thing that we try and do night in, night out, is take teams out of their rhythm, out of their serve receive by bombing serves at them. And we're gonna miss our fair share, but it's a risk reward. And down the stretch, I think our serving has been much better, and defensively, we've kind of turned it up a notch too.
The guy with the Titleist has talk about risk and reward, Steve. See how it is? That's a golf term, everybody out there, if you don't know it. You're 21-1, Laney. You've only lost once. It was to Sutherland. You didn't see them again because they moved into a different class. But you just beat Sweet Home. I think Coach told me before the interview they didn't drop the set all season long. You beat them 25-21, 25-14. Then you lost the third and the fourth sets, 19 each for you. And then you beat them 15-11, and you fell behind in the fifth set, 7-3. What was there a timeout? And I guess what were the looks in the faces in the circle when you looked across and saw your teammates?
I think a lot of us were like, this is probably maybe one of our last games. So, and one of our teammates said that, like, this is our last game, we need to like pick it up. Like, and I think Ella Cooley, who's one of our servers, she just came through and like just ripped serves, just like Coach said, and I think she really helped us.
She served, I think it was six in a row, and actually, I think I remember the semifinals against Churchville. She came in, and I'm like, oh, they're bringing in the sophomore, and she's a good server. And then I think her first serve went right into the net. So it goes back to risk reward. Like, you're not going to just lollipop one over there. McKenna, how exciting has this been, this run? I know there was a point where I went to the gym during practice, and I think it was right before you guys played the Mendon Sutherland back-to-back. You're like maybe 12-0, something like that. And I look at your dad and I go, you guys are just practicing. I go, how good is this team? And he's like, I don't know yet. And then you beat Mendon, I think, in 5 sets, and then you lost to Sutherland. So I guess, what did you learn? Did you all learn about yourselves in those two matches, or did you always think that this was possible for this group?
We talked about this as a team, and a lot of us like didn't see this coming, which like makes it even better. And with both of the Sutherland and Mendon matches, I think we really learned a lot, especially losing. I feel like it was just a good lesson, and it really gave us like kind of like inspiration to like keep going, because we didn't want to feel like a losing team again.
Marc, you've been around for a while, and sometimes your team is the favorite and has the expectations. But building off of what McKenna just said, when you don't necessarily see it coming, Is it a little bit sweeter when that happens? And is it maybe a little bit of advantage because the players don't know what they don't know when it comes to high pressure situations?
Absolutely. The team 2008, I think the expectations were that we were going to get to the state tournament. And the last time we were there, 2019, that team was extraordinary. We had talent across the board. We had size. And this team, they do it differently. We try to play as fast as we can, where the other teams, we could just throw the ball up to Jashana and Drew and let them pound away. Where this team, we constantly are talking about the height of our pass because we want our offense to be super fast and keep the defensive teams, give them a challenge. And so, yes, it definitely is sweeter. I did not anticipate going to the state tournament this year. You always, what if? And as the season progressed, you started seeing this team really come together. And, here we are going to the Final Four.
Pretty cool because part of my job is I get text messages from our coaches each night when they have games, and I'll get the report and then I'll put it out on Twitter for our families to see. And there'll be times this season where, and I can tell coaches, I don't think you mind that, times you'd say, we won. We didn't play that great, but we won. And this group is improving, but they're not where they need to be yet. And it sounds like they kind of found their stride here. And you knew, Laney, that Churchville was going to be a big deal. They're the defending champs. I think you guys had played them and beaten them in 4 maybe earlier in the year. And then you played great that night against them. They probably didn't play their best match. What were your thoughts on that match? And did you have to guard against some overconfidence going against Arcadia, a 7 seed in the final? What were your thoughts on those 2 matches, Laney?
I think the Churchville game, we were going in like, oh, they ended our season last year. Like, we have to play hard. And I think we played really smart that game, like targeting the weaknesses in their like defense and offense. And I think we did really good, like defending their one big hitter and their setter because she's really active. But I think we played really good that game. And Arcadia wasn't our prettiest match either.
Yes, I was going to say that for you because I was there and I can remember Coach was not the happiest that night. But again, you knew you dropped your standard a little bit because you thought you knew you were probably going to win. But then the Mercy match, it went back up, didn't it? Your standard.
Yeah.
How well did you all play that night?
I think we played really well. I think we were all just like clicking, and I think we played really smart. And I think everyone all together just did like a really good job.
Steve, let me ask McKenna about that match too, because
okay, you go on the match, and then I get 2 in a row after that.
You get 2 in a row. The state qualifier match after you beat Arcadia, and you beat Arcadia in 3, but it was against Mercy. You lost the first set 23-25, and 25-22 you won. You won 25-23. They come back 25-19. They forced a 5th set, and you went out to a 7-2 lead or 10-3 lead. McKenna, was that the best match this group has played collectively?
I would say yes, or I would say the Sweet Home match. I feel like we're just a good team under pressure. Normally when games go to 5, we know it's like we're either winning or we're losing, and we kind of just like pick it up immediately. And I think that was kind of the case for the Mercy match.
I'm guessing that you grew up around this program. Probably were a ball girl, maybe going to practice. I don't know if you went to practice in a stroller, but can you kind of take me through your experience with the program and not going from one of those little girls that was watching those older teams do well to being one of the players on the court now?
So I was like 2 years old or something when he went to states the first time. And obviously I don't really remember it, but I do remember growing up around all of like the high school girls and just like looking up to them. And I just like all throughout my life, I just really wanted to be a good volleyball player and obviously play for school. So then when I finally like got the opportunity in 7th and 8th grade, I was on JV, and my 8th grade year, I got pulled up for sectionals, and that was the year his team went to states again. So I did have, like, looking back, I have some experience at states. I obviously didn't do much for the team, but it's just really cool to say that Now I got to watch it and observe it and be on the team, but this year I get to play at states, and that's just like a really cool, amazing thing to like be a part of.
Steve, let
How
me
much
interrupt.
fun are you and your teammates?
I was going to take a quick break. Let me take a quick break.
Yeah, right. Okay. I just wanted to ask Laney how much fun they're having, then we'll take the break and we'll come back.
Okay, Laney, tell us about the fun. Oh, she's on mute. See, we should have taken a break.
I think we all just like are really close, so we have even more fun with each other. Like we know when it's okay to be like goofy and funny and like have fun, and then we know when we have to get serious. Like I just think we're all really close and we all love each other. So we have a lot of fun together.
We'll take that break, come back and talk more with the Irondequoit girls volleyball headed to the state Final Four for the third time under Coach Marc Callari in his 27 seasons with a 21-1 record. You're watching us right here on Rock Sports Now on YouTube.
Whether it was Dad letting you grill for the first time, or Grandpa taking you out to a ball game, or even a summer picnic before the fireworks on the 4th of July, Zweigels has created generations of memories that shape who we are and what our community has become.
I'm a biomedical sciences major. My goal is to one day open up my own pediatric office. I want to create an environment almost similar to the environment that Roberts creates for me. I want them to walk into the doctor's office and feel love. When I got here, I was just like, yeah, this is home. This is where I need to be. Be prepared for an adventure, be prepared for a journey, and enjoy the journey.
When it comes to workers' comp, things can change quickly.
The only way to make sure your rights are protected is to have a trusted, committed attorney on your side.
An attorney who has devoted their career to helping injured workers.
Someone to fight for the money and medical benefits you deserve.
The only person on your side
is the attorney at your side.
Connors and Ferris, your workers' comp attorneys.
There are plenty of professional sports teams in Rochester, but there's also a lot of great high school sports action in each town in our area. When's the last time you checked out a high school game? Section 5 sports are about more than just wins and losses. They're about teaching teamwork, dedication, and discipline. So support the kids who play for your school. Get out and watch a high school game today. For more information, including schedules, rosters, and stats, visit section5.org. That's sectionv.org. Brought to you by the Monroe County League and Section 5.
Sweet baby, oh baby,
You know, whether you come here as a 6th grader or a 9th grader, you have to spend your 4, 5, 6 years here and just get involved in so many different things. And then you're going to go out and set fire on the earth. When you get through McQuaid Jesuit, you're not going to fail when you get out in the world.
So from the consultation to the installation, I think the word that comes to mind is easy. I've talked to a lot of people where their renovations have been nothing but headaches, and this was never a headache. It was easy. From the moment Marty came and talked with me about all the options and about all the process, he was so easy to talk to. It was like talking to an old friend. Laid everything out. There was no pressure. I just felt very at ease about the whole process. And then when Ryan came, he was in at 8 o'clock and he was out by 3:30. It was incredible. And with the supply chain issues right now, the one thing that I loved the best about Bathfitter was that they do all of their own production and then they also do their own installation. So it was a quick process. We were able to get the installation date within a few weeks, and it was just easy. And we are so thrilled with our brand new gleaming tub. So we couldn't be happier.
Welcome back to the Connors and Ferris High School Sports Show. Jeff, DiVeronica, and Steve Bradley talking with the champions from Irondequoit High School in girls volleyball. They set the standard, certainly, I think, in our district and in the district I work for now, West Irondequoit Schools. One of the most successful teams year in and year out. Joining us, Coach Marc Callari, his daughter, a junior hitter, McKenna Callari, and then junior setter, the quarterback on the floor, Laney Flynn, who had 44 assists, 12 digs, couple aces in the regional win over Sweet Home. Mr. Bradley, take it away.
So, Coach Callari, the state tournament is different than the regular season, where you have pool play and then you move on to a championship match. And all season you're playing, unless it's a tournament, best of 5, best of 3. I'm just wondering about the mindset and how things change in that championship setting when you're doing something differently in the most important match of the year than you've done for the majority of the season.
Yeah, I actually love the way it's set up because you get an opportunity to play against the 3 other schools in your classification, where if it was football or basketball, they just get put into a bracket. So, you have to earn it, and you get to see the other 3 teams, and you get to kind of, see where you rank against them. But, if you go out and take care of business, you're going to have an opportunity on Sunday to play for a state championship.
9:30 Saturday morning. It's Cornwall, Burnt Hill.
We play at 3.
Really?
Yeah, we play Calhoun at 3, Burnt Hills at 4, and then Cornwall at 7 o'clock.
The state site has you at 9:30. I have to make sure I put that out properly to our districts. And by the way, congratulations to Wayne making it through in Class B, and Harley Allendale Columbia in Class D. Congrats to them. If one of them or both of them bring home a brick, I promise we'll have them on next week, Steve. But Laney, let me ask you about the group of players around you, because again, you're the one that's feeding the ball all over the place. And I have my own opinions of the most powerful hitters, but who are some of the hitters that you have been given the ball to and have been playing so great this year? Tell us about some of your hitters.
I think any one of our hitters is a good option. McKenna definitely, and Casey, and both Natalie's. One's a middle, one's an outside. But
Natalie Peterson and Natalie Bowman.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody knows, right?
I think that if we're playing as fast as we want, it's good to go to Natalie Bowman and Casey Henneke, who are our middles, because they just like Coach says, Natalie Bowman runs away from the block with her slide, which is when it goes behind me, and Casey's just a power hitter. So I think those both work when we're playing as fast as we want, and maybe when there's a bad pass or I can't get it to the middles, McKenna and Natalie Peterson are both really good options.
Ken, I'll let you get the first word, and this is kind of like the obligatory question whenever you have a coach-child interview. But what's it like playing for Dad, and are you pretty good at keeping the father-daughter relationship and the coach-player relationship separate when it's appropriate and the time is right?
I feel like a lot of people would think a coach-daughter relationship, the coach would favorite the daughter over other people, but I personally find our relationship to be the opposite. I think he's extra hard on me because he wants the best for me, and sometimes it gets to me, but I know I can't take it to heart because I just have to use it as inspiration to work harder. And I think we keep our relationship very separate. When we're at home, he's my dad. When we're at school or volleyball, he's my coach.
I can say that, Steve, McKenna is one of the most relaxed guests we've ever had, I believe, in the history of this program. She's somewhere else in the Callari household. Dad is in the basement, and you are reclining on the couch, looks like pillow. She looks very much like a Section 5 champion now. So congrats on being the most relaxed guest, one of the most we've ever had here, McKenna. It's a great sport. I love covering volleyball. Marc, have you needed to change and learn what you do, not tactically and even, I guess, emotionally or psychologically as a coach over the past 27 years?
Absolutely. And each team's different. This team, I think I was talking to somebody about it because one of my players was like, "You're awful calm for sectionals," and to me, I'm going to be hard on them. I'm going to get on them. I'm going to ride them, during the season, and then when it gets to the postseason, I'm going to love them up and tell them how incredible they are, and if they make a mistake, we're going to move on. Now, there are still some times that I have to point some things out as reminders to them, but this group, they listen. They're always looking to get better. And this team has improved probably more than any team I've ever had from beginning of the season to the end.
Yeah, it's a true team. There's, Morgan Donahue's played a huge role for you too. We haven't mentioned her. I'm not sure, but Casey, seems like that powerful hitter that when you need to put it to the floor, Casey can do it. And I think she had the match-ending kill against Sweet Home, and I think she had I know she did against was it against Arcadia, the next to last? She crushed it. Not the Mercy match. I think it was the Arcadia match. It was the next to last one. She pounded it to the floor. But yeah, it's been fun being able to cover you from this side of the fence. And Marc, I'm going to tell you right out, you're our coach of the week, our G&G Fitness coach of the week. Every 33% of the time, this guy's winning the Section 5 title in his 27 seasons, and I can't remember Irondequoit never making it at least to the semifinals. Marc probably knows this. How many times runner-up in sectionals? Do you know, Marc, out of those 27? Any idea?
That's a good question.
Your percentage is pretty good. When you get there, you usually come through, I think.
Yeah, but we had some times where, Sutherland was really a thorn in our side. I've definitely lost my fair share of Section 5 championships, but, to get there is an amazing experience for these kids. And I try telling them that, don't take it for granted. It takes a lot of hard work to get to that point. And then when you're there, you take advantage of it.
And one reason Coach of the Week, in addition to being great to kids and developing good young people, is I really think this group, from covering most of those, I got to go back and look. Of the 9 champions you've coached, I think I may have covered all of them. But I think you've gotten every single ounce of this team. You all are playing your best volleyball. And I think that's a tribute to not only the hard work of you girls, but also, I think Coach alluded to this, being coachable. And a lot of times these days, kids aren't coachable. And you all are listening and taking what he says and your coaching staff and turning it into execution on the floor. And you all, this is no secret. You had Drew and Jashana, those were jump out of the gym type athletes, right? You don't have that, but you're still going to the state Final Four. And it really speaks to the cohesive unit that you've developed. And those are the best teams. Everybody knows the role. So, Steve, I'm excited to see what they can do.
Absolutely. Coach, kind of just the last thing. I mean, you get the bus ride, you get, hopefully you get to stay over a night. What's the message on I don't know, when you leave school, like the pre-trip message? Is it enjoy the journey, go win, a mix of both? What are we saying?
Well, yeah, it's one of those, I want them to enjoy this experience. It's something that doesn't happen very often. And this is something, some of my players from 2008, they still reach out to me and, send me texts saying, hey, had such a blast at the Final Four. It's just a great experience, in the way they have you march out. It kind of reminds me of the Olympics. It's just the whole experience is a cool weekend. And it's something that this group has worked really long and hard. Today was our 45th practice. We'll be at 48 by the time we head off to Glens Falls. And it's just, I want them to embrace and enjoy the moment, all the outside stuff. But when it's our time to play, they need to be focused on the task at hand.
Well, obviously, I wish you the best of luck. I wish all the Section 5 teams good luck. Obviously, it would be great to get another state title for Irondequoit. So, Laney, thanks for being on our show and being such a great quarterback for this group. McKenna, chill out a little bit more, relax. Don't fall. I'm glad you didn't fall asleep on us. Just kidding. And, Coach, thanks for doing this. Congrats on being our Coach of the Week, and best of luck in Glens Falls.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
For Steve Bradley, my co-host, and our producer, Joe Brott, thanks for watching us right here on the Cars and Ferris High School Sports Show.